Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS who rules well. Peace and salutation to the elect. My name is Ainal. The title of this video is Elon Musk proposes putting U.S. Treasury on blockchain. Right, so we're going to get right into it. It'll be, of course, Revelations, the 13th chapter, going into the MOTB, right? Esau Edom is moving with great wrath, to and great speed to bring in his new world order, which is basically the digital age, the fourth industrial revolution. What we are doing, the prophets, men of the Lord, the hopeful elect, blowing the trumpet on the things that's coming to pass, which is the prophecies, right? Things are moving at a rapid pace. So and I got my camera facing out towards just what's going on outside, and you can just listen and because it shouldn't be too long. You can just listen and follow along in your Bible, if anything. All right. So grab these. So I got some articles and whatnot. It says Elon Musk proposes putting U.S. Treasury on blockchain, and it says this needs to stop now. Elon Musk and his gang of young interns are descending on U.S. federal agencies like flies. So basically, through the Trump administration, Trump has a cabinet of different individuals, predominantly Israeli-backed individuals, and he also has Elon Musk, on his team, which is supposed to be government efficiency regarding, spending and things like that. And he has proposed to put basically what it said. It says putting the U.S. Treasury on blockchain, which goes into, the money system, because things are going digital eventually, right? So they're using, slowly, but at the same time fast, gradually moving towards that digital system to bring in a new world order. So this is going to happen. So once again, Elon Musk proposes putting U.S. Treasury on blockchain. It says Elon Musk and his gang of young interns are descending on U.S. federal agencies like flies. After a tense weekend in which Musk forced his way into the Treasury servers, gaining access to Social Security, Medicare, and possibly student loan payments information, it was widely reported that Trump's prolific has read-only access to the department's sensitive information. Essentially, he can't gunk up any ongoing payments, at least yet. So basically, they're saying, for the time being, Musk has limited access, to this area. It says though his team theoretically has access to huge amounts of personal information about Americans, the Treasury holds, inviting legal attacks for unlawful disclosure, which it don't matter because this is the government regardless, right? So government already has that information, whoever it may be, it be Elon Musk, whatever the case may be. We're working with the devil, right? We're working with Satan, and they're all in the same boat. It says, and here to tell it, Musk is only getting started. Now he's signaling a radical plan to transfer the U.S. Treasury to the blockchain. So and that's pretty much it. And then I got another article, but I put in Google here. I said, what is blockchain? It says blockchain is a digital ledger that records and verifies data in a decentralized network. It uses cryptography to secure data and ensure that tampering is obvious. So basically, it's something that can be put on the World Wide Web or the net, something secure that can be easily tracked and traced. Going into the MOTB, how the MOTB is going to operate once that thing gets into your right hand, basically. So what you're trying to do is put the Treasury, which goes into the funds, on this blockchain, and ultimately every system they have will be put on this blockchain to monitor and track, because it's going to be all synced up to the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast. It says, how does blockchain work? It says data is stored in blocks that are linked together in a chain. Each block is connected to the ones before and after it. The data is chronologically consistent and cannot be deleted or modified without consensus from the network, right? So, I'm reading it pretty fast. Let me say that again. It says data is stored in blocks that are linked together in a chain, right? Each block is connected to the ones before and after it. The data is chronologically consistent and cannot be deleted or modified without consensus from the network. So ultimately, it's a easy way for the government to look at it, track it, and control it. Right? They can track where the money is going, and that's the biggest thing. They're saying that the money, this is how they do what is it? Basically, they cause a problem and then they bring the solution. The problem is the money is being spent on illegal activities. We can't trace and track it. We don't know where it's going. So the big plan that they have, which is basically it's been a plan. This has been always their plan, is to bring it to the blockchain, which is the digital system to track and trace everything. It says the blocks confirm the exact time and sequence of transactions. See, so they're gonna know when the money was spent, what time it's spent, where it was spent, how it was spent, all of that. And ultimately, it's going to trickle down to the MOTB that'll be in your body to track and trace what you do and how you do it. And then ultimately to control you as in, well, you can't do this no more because it says here that you did this a whole lot. It says, what are the applications of blockchain? Financial services. Blockchain can be used to decentralize trade processing by enabling peer-to-peer transactions. Supply chain tracking. Blockchain can be used to track orders, payments, accounts, and other transactions. See, it tracks everything. It says sustainability. Blockchain can be used in sustainability applications. Tokenization. Blockchain can be used in tokenization applications. So that's the Bitcoins and digital currency and things like that. It says fund transfers. Blockchain can be used in fund transfers. So it can be used pretty much for everything regarding what they want to implement, which is a digital system, which boils down to the MOTB. So it says, what is blockchain associated with? It says blockchain is most commonly associated with Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency that was created using the technology, right? So these are things that you can search up. I got another article here from Yahoo Finance. It says Elon Musk says Treasury officials breaking the law every hour by approving fraudulent payments. Doge lead wants a blockchain fix. So that's what I was saying. They're saying that these individuals are, using the money for illegitimate, means and reasons. One thing they had was that I think they spent like 50 billion on condoms over in the Middle East. Now I'm not sure if that was the aid that Trump is trying to stop, the U.S. aid. Was that a part of that? It could have been like some over-exaggerated lie, though, but who knows, right? Who knows? It says, so going into this article, it says Elon Musk, the lead of the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, backed the idea of using blockchain technology on Sunday to streamline the U.S. Treasury. So regardless of how they do it, this is coming, It says, what happened? The Tesla and SpaceX CEO accused the Treasury Department officials of floating rules to sanction government payments. So now they're trying to sanction their own government, their own self. It says career Treasury officials are breaking the law every hour of every day by approving payments that are fraudulent or do not match the funding laws passed by Congress, Musk wrote in an X post. So they're saying, well, these are problems and we have a solution, which is blockchain. So in response, widely followed X user asked Musk whether it would be wise to place the Treasury on a blockchain to plug these holes, to which the tech titan said yes. So basically they're saying, in order to bring stability to this, system is to make it digitalized and put it on blockchain. Said, why does it matter? The blockchain idea comes a week after reports that Musk was contemplating the use of a digital ledger to support his federal spending plans at the Department of Government Efficiency. So he's going to use blockchain as a digital ledger to track and trace all transactions. Also called Doge. So that's the department that Elon Musk works in. It says the blockchain would be utilized to track spending, secure data, and make payments, right? It says the development comes on the heels of reports that Doge was seeking access to the payment systems of the Treasury Department. The Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge, is an entity tasked with cutting federal spending and abolishing meaningless regulations. The agency was hit with a barrage of lawsuits shortly after Trump took office as president last month. So they're divided. The system is divided, and they're coming against this thing. But it's coming. This digital system is coming. So I got pulled up here, basically Revelations chapter 13, of course, and we'll just get it from the top. It says, Revelation 13:1, and I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Right. So this just goes into the beast system, the different kingdoms. That's this beast, Esau, Edom, the revived Roman Empire. It says in verse 2, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. So the Roman Empire basically, fell down, and what came into power was the American Empire, right? Through the rebirth, through the Renaissance. It says, going back, it says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, right? So that basically goes into the Greeks, right? Civilizations pretty much started with the Greeks, and it says, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. And this bear is a representation of Russia, right? It goes into Russia. If you look at Russia, their animal, who they represent, things like that, is the bear. And also the bear represents the end, because it says his feet, right? So the feet is the end of it, and it represents the bear. And Russia is going to be the kingdom that brings down the revised Roman Empire, which is America. Verse 3 says, and I saw one of his heads as he was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast, right? So that goes into, once again, Roman Empire fallen, and then it was healed through the rebirth, which is America. It says, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him, right? So this beast was powerful. America was powerful. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. So, basically for a short period of time, this American empire will be around, doing what they're doing. It says, and he opened his mouth and blasphemed against Yahweh, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. So, once again, speaking great things against the Most High, the angels, and of course the holy elect in this time, but even all Israelites. It says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. So ultimately he rounded up the Israelites, put them in slavery, went out conquering the world, going into his blessing. In Revelation 13:8, it says, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of the life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. And basically that's going into the MOTB, right? These different nations and peoples, even some Israelites, the 2/3 will worship, this beast, Esau, Edom, and his system, and take his MOTB, except those that are of the hopeful elect, right? Whose names are written in the book of the Lamb. It says in verse 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, right? So our hope and our faith and our patience is that the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, will do exactly what the scriptures say, as in return and bound, basically round up these Edomites and put them into slavery, that they may serve the punishment, basically of what we went through. Revelation 13:11, it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, right? So there's going into, of course, America is going into the 2 political parties, the Democrat and the Republic Party. But back in the Roman Empire, you had the plebeians and the patricians, right? So it's pretty much the same thing. America is like a mirror to Rome, and it says, and he spake as a dragon, which goes into his draconian measures. Right, and we have here Donald Trump is the president now, and he's speaking these draconian measures into existence with his executive orders that he's writing. Each new executive orders, things get harsher and harsher, pretty much. And even now, you have Jacob's trouble brewing regarding the northern tribes, where Trump is issuing orders to round the northern tribes up, and ship them off to detention centers or back to where they came from. But predominantly they're trying to bring in those detention centers, right? Because once they bring this MOTB system, pursuant to the scriptures, these individuals are gonna, take that chip. It says in verse 12, it says, and he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed, right? So that goes to the Roman Empire. So America is back. Pretty much they follow the same things that the Roman Empire did, as in, what is it? The Senate, not one person ruling. That's why Trump got to sign these executive orders, right? Because he's trying to push things through and trying to get around the Senate, kind of how the Roman Empire operated. And of course, their infrastructures, their banks, their courts, and things like that. The columns that you see are structured after the Roman Empire. And even, of course, you got what we're talking about, Elon Musk. This dude is putting up the Roman hand sign and things like that. Even posted on his X, that America is the new Rome, right? Revelations 13:13, it says, and he doeth great wonders so that he make a fire come down from heaven on earth and inside of men, right? So that's going to basically the technology of the missiles that Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai allowed these devils to possess. And Esau even used these on his enemies. Verse 14, it says, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now, this is going to exactly what they're doing right now. They're starting to move their money system to this what they stated it, but pursuing the prophecy is going to come to pass. So they're starting to move their money system to this blockchain technology, and this is how they're going to cause these individuals to worship, the beast and worship the image. And if you're not following that, if you don't worship their image and take their mark and things like that, pretty much you're going to be, put away from society. You won't be able to operate in society, if you're not following after them. So Revelation 13:16, this is pretty much getting to the point now. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right. So that's the point. Once the currency gets moved over to this blockchain and they're using blockchain to track the different purchases, you're going to need this MOTB, which is the mark, which is the charagma, right? In your right hand or your forehead, to make these purchases and also be tracked and controlled while you're doing it. So that's the point. This is the prophecy coming to pass. In verse 18, it says, here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for its number of a man, its number is 636, and that goes into 666, right? So, pretty much, I broke down this lesson before, the other apostles, they have broken down this lesson before. If you want extended breakdown of this lesson, you can put a comment in the comment section, and I'll go deeper into it. But this is the MOTB. And they're in the starting processes of moving their currency to the digital currency, right, to bring in that MOTB, right? So, just blowing the trumpet, watching what's going on with that. I'll say Shalom, soul for elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.